Hello everyone. Well, today I had a bit of an unexpected surprise. See, my brother was looking around in his room and he came across this rather old looking box with another rather old looking box inside of it. And this is an old walled airbrush. And when I say old, I really mean old. If you will look at some of the dates on here, this patent date, I believe, the top one reads January 25th, 1916, and the latest date is 1929. And this brand of airbrush and this particular model was made in Chicago, Illinois, as you'll read on that bottom line. Apparently this is the model A2, and that's the specific code number, I believe. It's already got a tip in here. And maybe you can see that little needle going in and out. And again, here's the trigger. This is a dual action internal mix. And now the dual action, that has to do with the trigger. And the internal mix is just that the paint mixes with the air inside of the brush, instead of other models where the external mix, you have paint that comes from like down here somewhere, and there's a little part where it comes right up to this tip, and then the paint is ejected out and the air sprays it forward. But all that goes on inside here, and that produces better results, supposedly. But this trigger, you push down for air and you pull back for paint. Now it is a little old and it might just need some oil, but you might see how it sticks a little like that. And it's not this part, because that slides more normally when I tested that out. It's the friction between this little tab and that lever there. So I might just put some WD-40 down in there and see how that works. And here is where you put your paint cups. You got a little one like that. And then there's a larger one like this. Now I'm not sure what this is that I'm unscrewing right now, although I do know it goes on to the part where the hose goes. But I don't know if this is supposed to be an adapter, or if it's somehow meant to protect this or close it off, but there's a hole in this thing, so I'm not sure. And we got this little hanger thing here You attach this to the wall, and that's how you can put this down when you're not using it at the moment. Plus, I got some spare needles. Some of them were bent, and I separated the good from the bad. And this is another needle in here. If you unscrew this handle section, you'll notice the needle sticking out here. And to release it, you unscrew this a bit and pull out the needle. Very, very tiny little tip on that thing. Now, you want to be careful with the needle, putting it back in. It's the number one thing you got to take care of on an airbrush is the needle. Then you screw that in and it's good to go. So this is quite the antique airbrush, but the general design hasn't appeared to have changed much over all these years. So I'm gonna see if I can find a hose that will attach to this thing, and as long as everything in terms of the mechanisms work properly, I should be able to at least practice with this, and hopefully it'll be able to do a lot more. But either way, I'm going to try this out and see how far it takes me. So I am quite grateful to my brother for finding this. It also comes with a manual. Very old looking thing. And the directions are very simple and easy to understand, unlike some manuals nowadays to things that just make things complicated. And it's got a nice diagram of how everything works and fits together. And look at some of these costs for the replacement. Just $1 for some of these things. That's the most expensive that you pay. Or no, actually $2.25 is. I bet you nowadays half of this stuff would be $5 plus. Easy. But anyway, there you have it. Hopefully I'll be able to make some good use out of this, and if not, it's just a nice little piece to have in my collection. So anyway, hope you found this interesting, and until the next time, catch you later everybody.